I was still holding my coat when the woman at the desk frowned at the screen and said softly, "I'm sorry, your name isn't here." The lobby smelled like lilies and expensive lies. Glass chandeliers, polished marble, a place built for celebrations that pretend nothing ugly ever happened. I said my name again, slower this time, like maybe the letters had rearranged themselves overnight. She shook her head. Behind her, guests laughed. Somewhere upstairs, music swelled. I stepped aside and dialed my sister. She answered on the third ring. I could hear champagne in her voice before she spoke. "What?" she said. "I'm downstairs," I said. "They say I'm not invited." There was a pause, then a sneer, sharpened by years of practice. "You really think you'd be invited?" she said. "Don't make a scene. Today isn't about you." The line went dead. I stood there for a moment longer than necessary, long enough for the staff to look away out of second-hand embarrassment, long enough to feel the old instinct rise, apologize, swallow it, disappear. Instead, I smiled. I left quietly. No tears, no confrontation. I placed my gift on the table by the entrance, right where they stacked the envelopes and wrapped boxes like trophies. Then I walked out into the cold. Hours later, when she opened it, she called me NONSTOP. I never answered. We didn't start like this. That's the part people never believe. Once she used to braid my hair before school. Once she held my hand when our father taught us how to lie convincingly. We learned together. We just learned different lessons from it. She was always louder, always shinier. I was the one who watched, the one who remembered. When my marriage collapsed, she was the first to volunteer help, spare room, shared wine, late-night confessions. She told me I was strong. She told me I deserved better. She told me she'd always protect me. That was before I noticed the patterns. Her phone lighting up when my ex's name came up in conversation. Her sudden knowledge of details I hadn't shared. The way my ex stopped being angry with me and started being smug. I didn't confront anyone. I never do, not right away. I waited. The truth arrived quietly. A message preview on her tablet. My name used like a punchline. My pain discussed like strategy. Dates, money, timing, plans being made without me, about me. I felt the heartbreak, of course I did, but it was distant, like watching smoke rise from a house you've already escaped. That's when my mindset shifted. I didn't cry, I calculated. Revenge isn't loud when it's done properly. It doesn't scream, it whispers, and people lean in too late. I started with documents, old ones, things she assumed I'd forgotten because she'd forgotten them herself. Business registrations, contracts signed when she was just helping, accounts she used my name for because it was convenient. I spoke to lawyers who didn't ask moral questions. I spoke to accountants who appreciated patience. I let the system do what it does best, move slowly, then all at once. I never warned her. I never hinted. I played my role perfectly. Wounded sister, licking her wounds, grateful for scraps of kindness. She invited everyone to that wedding. Everyone but me. That omission mattered, legally, symbolically, emotionally. I wanted it documented. Back in the hotel lobby, after I left, the ceremony went on without a hitch. She smiled. She glowed. She told jokes about loyalty and family during her speech, and people laughed because they didn't know any better. Then came the gifts. Mine was wrapped simply, no card on top, just her name, written neatly, in my handwriting. The handwriting she recognized instantly. Inside wasn't anything dramatic. No threats, no theatrics, just copies, bank statements, signed affidavits, a court filing stamped and dated, a notice of investigation, a timeline she couldn't argue with. On top, a single note. "You taught me to be quiet. I listened." That's when her phone started vibrating. I was already home when the calls came, one after another. Missed call, voicemail, missed call, messages piling up like cracks spreading through glass. Her voice changed with each one. Confusion, rage, fear, bargaining. She told me it was a misunderstanding. She told me we were family. She told me I was ruining her life on her wedding day. I never replied, because the truth was simpler than anything she said. She ruined it herself. I just stopped carrying the weight for her. Now when I think about that day, I don't feel anger. I feel relief. I remember the look on the staff member's face when she said my name wasn't there, the way my sister's voice curled when she thought she had won, the elegance of leaving without a scene. Power doesn't need witnesses, justice doesn't need applause, and revenge, real revenge, doesn't answer the phone.